Today we're diving into a fascinating blueprint for intentional success, and we're drawing directly from ancient wisdom that has totally survived the test of time. You know, long before modern self-help books were flying off the shelves, Scripture was already teaching these profound, deeply practical principles that transformed ordinary, everyday people into extraordinary leaders, builders, and world changers.
Now, what's really interesting here is how these source texts force us to question our default assumptions about what it actually takes to make it. I mean, we constantly ask ourselves, right? Is it just about having some innate talent? Is it pure luck? Or, I don't know, maybe it's just about having more opportunities handed to us than the next person. Well, the source material reveals something pretty surprising. True success doesn't begin with any of those external factors. It starts entirely internally, with your daily habits. It's a stark contrast between just hoping for accidental breaks and intentionally walking a path of transformation. A lot of the time, we play the waiting game, right? We kind of just sit around hoping our talent or a lucky break will carry us through. But true intentional success, that's about deliberately building your life from the ground up through godly, consistent actions. It's like the difference between waiting for lightning to strike and actually building a power grid. Take these historical biblical mentors as proof that this journey really does work. Their success absolutely wasn't accidental, it was built step by step. I mean, look at this. Joseph went from being a prisoner to the prime minister of Egypt. David went from being a humble shepherd out in a field to a great king. Daniel went from being a captive to one of the most influential guys in an entire empire. The point here is that their circumstances didn't dictate their futures, their habits did.
Okay, phase 1, the blueprint. This is all about laying your foundation.
So the crucial starting point, habit 1, is putting God first. The successful folks we read about in the Bible deeply understood this fundamental truth. Jesus' words in Matthew chapter 6 highlight that while a lot of people seek success first and God second, the ancient wisdom teaches the exact opposite. Think about it. When Joseph was literally sold into slavery, he didn't abandon God. When Daniel was taken captive, he refused to compromise his faith. Their external circumstances changed drastically, but their internal priorities, they didn't budge an inch. Putting God first means seeking His wisdom before making any decisions to build a foundation that actually lasts.
Moving right along to habit 2, we learned from King Solomon that seeking divine wisdom is the ultimate tool for avoiding costly mistakes on your path. Solomon became known as the wisest man who ever lived, simply because he asked God for wisdom over absolutely anything else. As Proverbs beautifully puts it, wisdom is the principal thing. Listen, the difference between success and failure on your personal journey usually isn't raw intelligence, it's wisdom.
These texts constantly urge us to actively choose divine wisdom, rather than just passively reacting to the endless noise of the world. We've all been there, right? Spending hours mindlessly scrolling through random opinions online, just reacting to whatever is trending. But the path to intentional success requires actively seeking out wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is what helps you dodge those massive mistakes, recognize hidden opportunities, and navigate really tricky relationships.
All right, phase 2, the daily trek. This is where we master our daily actions. There are 3 interconnected habits here that form the absolute core of self-mastery. This is the grind, the mechanical way you put one foot in front of the other every single day. Let's break down exactly what working diligently, practicing self-discipline, and guarding your words looks like in practice. Habit 3 is diligence. Let me be clear, the Bible never ever promotes laziness. It consistently praises hard work. The text shows us that God often prepares people through faithful, seemingly mundane work long before He ever promotes them. Just like David faithfully caring for a flock of sheep way before he led a nation, or Jesus spending years working as a carpenter before his public ministry. The vital takeaway? Preparation precedes promotion. Lots of folks want the blessing, but very few want the preparation. You have to work faithfully with what is already right there in your hands.
Next up is habit 4, which basically treats your spiritual journey like an athlete in hardcore training. The Apostle Paul actually compared this life to an athlete training for a race, emphasizing that self-discipline is easily one of the most overlooked keys to success. It's about doing what is right when you literally don't feel like it. It's praying when you're exhausted, putting in the work when you're super discouraged, and staying faithful when absolutely nobody is watching. Those tiny, unseen disciplines, they compound into massive, life-altering results.
Habit 5 reveals the immense power of your words. The successful mentors in these stories understood that careless words just create unnecessary problems. You don't see them constantly complaining, spreading gossip, or speaking defeat over their own lives. Actually, think about David right before he faced Goliath. Literally everyone else was speaking fear, but David spoke faith.
Your words are a direct mirror revealing what you truly believe on the inside.
So, I want to take a strategic pause right here and challenge you directly. Seriously, evaluate your daily speech right now. Are your words building your future, or are they actively destroying it? Instead of vocalizing defeat, we need to be speaking truth, wisdom, and encouragement to actually construct the future we're striving for.
Now we arrive at phase 3, the valleys, pushing through adversity. You know, every single spiritual mentor in our source material faced crushing adversity. One of the greatest undeniable secrets to intentional success is perseverance. Joseph endured severe, heartbreaking betrayal. David faced constant rejection. Daniel dealt with fierce, life-threatening opposition, and Paul endured literal imprisonment. Yet the common thread running through all their stories? None of them quit. Not one.
I want to remind you that your current struggle might literally just be preparation. As this powerful verse from Galatians says, we cannot grow weary. So many people give up right before their massive breakthrough happens. Ultimate success is almost always hiding right on the other side of persistence. You just have to keep believing and keep going, knowing full well that the valley is just shaping you for the peak.
And finally, we reach phase 4, the summit, the ultimate destination.
Habit 7 is trusting God completely. Truly successful people maintain this deep trust, not just when everything is going perfectly, but especially when everything is falling apart. It's acknowledging that true faith isn't about having all the answers yourself. It's about trusting the one who does. Mentors like Abraham, Moses, and David trusted completely, and because of that, they were led so much further than they ever could have gone relying just on their own understanding.
Ultimately, we really need to redefine the whole concept of making it. The greatest success is absolutely not about becoming wealthy or famous or culturally powerful. It's about faithfully arriving at your divine, personal purpose. Success isn't about how high you climb in the eyes of the world. It's about how faithfully you walk your specific path and become the exact person you were created to be. So here it is, your complete roadmap for intentional success. This is a checklist you can and absolutely should return to every single day on your personal journey. 1. Put God first. 2. Value wisdom over passing opinions. 3. Work diligently in the mundane. 4. Practice that athlete-level self-discipline. 5. Guard the immense power of your words. 6. Persevere through those inevitable valleys. And 7. Trust God completely at the summit.
I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. True self-mastery requires deliberate, daily action. You've got the blueprint. You know the roadmap. So looking at those 7 steps, which specific habit are you going to intentionally strengthen today?